What's up, YouTube? It's Yadi Creations here, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the best free alternative to vision board planning for whatever creative project you are working on or plan to work on in the future. Let's jump right into it. Now, I want to start off by saying I use Milanote and Google Slides. Well, no, let me preface by saying I have used Milanote in the past, but there are limitations to that. So that's why the best alternative for me is Google Slides. Now let's start off by talking about Milanote. Milanote is specifically designed for creative professionals. It's designed for designers. It's designed for creative companies, agencies, product teams, productivity, and the creative process for what it is that you're working on. Okay? So it's specifically tailored to a niche of individuals, right? So whatever you want to do, you can do it in Milanote for free, but there are limitations to that, and let me talk about the limitations. Now, as you can see, I have two projects here. One was a photo shoot, and the other was a video for my personal channel, Yadi Jones. That's Be Creative, and I'll talk a little bit about that towards the middle of the video. But let me get started with talking about the space. I currently have a free plan, as you can tell, it says it right there. However, you can only use up to 100 cards on the free plan, and for me personally, that's not enough because I'm always constantly doing something creative that I'm gonna need more cards for, right? So as you can see, I have used it. I have 78 cards here, which mainly consist of these two projects right here. And I'm gonna open up the first one. So there's a lot of cards in here, like all of these little things are like cards apparently. So it all counts for something, right? As you can see, this is a bit about the project, some shots that I wanted to, record while I was on set. I have a little bit of a like task planner at the bottom just to make sure I'm doing what I need to do and staying on top of that. You can also do a script in here if you wanted to. Google Slides doesn't allow you to do a script within that type of application, which is why you'll have to go to like Google Docs or something to write the script out. If that doesn't bother you, then by all means, rock out. Other than that, this can be your end all be all, and you can do everything in one, which is why it's tailored to specific needs, Now, in here I have like a living room mood board where I have a couple cards here of the different shots I want to get or wanted to get, and then a bit of notes listed under just so I know what type of shot I am going to record and what I'm going to be doing within the shot, right? And same thing here. Another set, kitchen mood board. These are different type of shots I want to get. Different angles with a bit of notes here and there. Obviously didn't finish it, but the video still came out, good. No, nevertheless. And then some stuff here that I did not put in there. I don't know. I was supposed to, but I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know why I didn't do it. And then here's the other one. I have a family photo shoot, so I have a lot of cards in here. Each little thing is a card. So I have a bit of inspiration pulled from my best friend, Pinterest. Now, this is where I get all of my inspiration from when it comes to vision board planning. Honestly, I don't really use Google too much because it's just too random, whereas Pinterest would be more specific to what it is that you're looking up. So if you're looking up like photo shoots and portraits and stuff, you can get stuff like that, like different versions of what people have done in the past. And you can also create a board just to tailor it to anything specific that you're working on, which, as you can tell, I have several boards. Like I said, this is my best friend, so I use this to get all my inspiration, copy and paste it, and I throw it all into Google Slides. Now, as you can tell, I have a couple of boards, and within each presentation, there are more than like, let me see, there are more than 10 slides. There are more than 10 slides in each presentation, which would obviously be about 100 if I were to do 10 presentations and have over 10 slides. I would definitely have more than 100 in there, which would have maxed me out on Milanote. But with Google Slides, I have about 15 gigabytes of storage, and I've only used 1.58 gigabytes so far with this, so I don't have to worry about running out of storage anytime soon. And that brings me to my next topic, which is talking about the Google storage, just in case you happen to run out of 15 gigabytes. Now, the plan here for Google One, the basic storage plan, is as low as 50 cents a month with up to 100 gigabytes, or you can do 75 cents a month with up to 200 gigabytes. Now, if you don't really use Google Slides like that and you just use it, occasionally whenever you have something going on that you want to work on, then I believe 15 gigabytes would be just fine for you. But if you decide that, hey, I'm going to be using a little bit more throughout the year and I may need up to like 50 gigabytes or whatever, then 50 cents a month is not bad at all. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Milanote is not worth paying for. It definitely is, to each its own. However, if you want to save a couple bucks, even save every penny, I would take the, more budget friendly route compared to something that is like $10 or more a month, And if you don't need to at all, then just use Google Slides. It's free, right? Use that. I do. Shoot. Like, for example, this has about more than 10 slides. I pretty much do a lot of my planning here. Boom. Like, you can tell, it's not like much different compared to what I did in Milanote, Even down here at the bottom, I have notes on the side, well, right under the image, just to make sure that I'm shooting it correctly and making sure that I'm like telling myself what it is that I want the shot to look like, So you can basically use it the same way as you would with Milanote and still save on your coin, right? Like, I'm all for saving on the coin, so I would totally be using Google Slides until I can't use it up no more. But if that's the case, then I'll just pay 50 cents a month if I ever get to that point in life, which I don't plan on it. So other than that, the subscription for Milanote, it's not terrible, but $10 a month does add up. And then $50 a month if you decide you want to go annually. I mean, that's $50. Like, that's $50, okay? Now, I already have other subscriptions under my name. I have other bills under my name. So if I can save on my coin wherever I'm going to choose to save on my coin. Again, I'm not saying Milanote is not worth paying for. It obviously is, because you may find great use out of it. However, I don't want to pay for that right now, which is why I'm making a video about the best alternative compared to the subscription-based models that cost a pretty penny, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, if you want to use Milanote for free, you get about 100 cards, okay? 100 cards, base. If you go over that, you're going to start paying $10 or $50 if you want it, But Google Slides, they said, man, listen, 50 cents a month, okay? And then the other stuff here, if you want to, throw some AI in there and all this other extra stuff that I personally I don't need that at all. I would just stick to the storage side. I don't need all that extra stuff. But if you wanted to, even their plans for that, it's not that high. But again, $5, no. 130, 50 cent, 75 cent, but in the meantime, like, that's the lowest. Like, it's not bad at all. So if you really want to spend your coin on that, you can. Feel free to do so. Other than that, man, this has been a video on the best alternative that works for me when it comes to vision board planning and you're trying to save on your coin. If you like what you've seen today, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and write in the comments below what alternative works best for you that I did not mention. Because like I said, I only use like Milanote and Google Slides. So if you have something else, definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know how that works out for you. And yeah, anything else you want to say, share it in the comments. Without further ado, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.